Hello, and welcome to our channel. Today, we are going to talk about the V-22 Osprey, the aircraft at the center of multiple tragedies. What is the V-22 Osprey, and why is it so controversial? How does it work? And what are its advantages and disadvantages? What are some of the recent incidents involving the V-22 Osprey, and how do they affect the U.S. military and international forces? Especially, we will discuss everything about the Boeing V-22 Osprey, which recently crashed near Japan, using the latest news, facts, and figures from reliable sources. So let's get started. November 29, 2023, in a somber event, a V-22 Osprey, a variant of the V-22 used by the U.S. Air Force Special Operations Command, crashed during routine training off Yakushima Island, Japan. Part of the 353rd Special Operations Group from Yokota Air Base, the aircraft, performing maneuvers near Yakushima, requested an emergency landing about 5 minutes before disappearing from radar. Eyewitnesses saw the Osprey inverted and ablaze, followed by an explosion before it plunged into the sea. Responding to a 2:30 p.m. emergency call, the Japanese Coast Guard recovered one deceased crew member and gray debris, launching a search for the missing 6 Americans and 1 Japanese national, while an empty life raft was found 1 kilometer off the eastern coast of Yakushima. As night fell, the Coast Guard continued search efforts. The cause of the crash remains unknown, prompting the U.S. military investigation. The incident reignited safety concerns, sparking calls from Japanese officials to suspend Osprey flights, with the governor of Okinawa and the mayor of Yakushima expressing shock and urging preventive measures for the future. What is the V-22 Osprey? Now it's time to discuss about what is V-22 Osprey. The V-22 Osprey is a multi-mission, tiltrotor military aircraft with both vertical takeoff and landing, VTOL, and short takeoff and landing, STOL, capabilities. It is designed to combine the functionality of a conventional helicopter with the long-range, high-speed cruise performance of a turboprop aircraft. The V-22 Osprey was developed by a partnership between Bell Helicopter and Boeing Helicopters, and it is jointly produced by the two companies. The V-22 first flew in 1989 and began flight testing and design alterations. The complexity and difficulties of being the first tiltrotor for military service led to many years of development. The V-22 Osprey has 3 variants: the MV-22B for the U.S. Marine Corps, the CV-22B for the U.S. Air Force and the Air Force Special Operations Command, and the CMV-22B for the U.S. Navy. The MV-22B is used for assault support, search and rescue, logistics, and special warfare. The CV-22B is used for long-range infiltration, exfiltration, and resupply missions. The CMV-22B is used for carrier onboard delivery duties. The V-22 Osprey has also been exported to Japan, which uses a modified MV-22 for humanitarian support, search and recovery, and transport missions. The U.S. Marines also use their MV-22s in a presidential support role at HMX-1. How does the V-22 Osprey work? The V-22 Osprey has 2 rotors mounted on 2 wingtip nacelles that can tilt up or down. When the nacelles are vertical, the rotors act like helicopter blades and provide lift and thrust. When the nacelles are horizontal, the rotors act like propellers and provide forward thrust. The transition between the 2 modes is called conversion, and it takes about 12 seconds. The V-22 Osprey has a cockpit with 2 or 3 crew seats, depending on the variant, and a cabin that can accommodate up to 24 troops or 20,000 pounds of cargo. The V-22 Osprey has a wingspan of 84.6 feet, a length of 57.3 feet, and a height of 22.1 feet. The V-22 Osprey has a maximum speed of 316 miles per hour, a cruising speed of 241 miles per hour, and a range of 1,011 miles. The V-22 Osprey has a service ceiling of 25,000 feet and a vertical takeoff weight of 52,600 pounds 12. The V-22 Osprey has several advanced features, such as fly-by-wire controls, digital cockpit displays, infrared suppressors, terrain-following radar, self-defense systems, and air-to-air refueling capability. The V-22 Osprey can also be stored aboard an aircraft carrier or assault ship, because the rotors can fold and the wings rotate too. What are the advantages and disadvantages of the V-22 Osprey? The V-22 Osprey has several advantages over conventional helicopters and fixed-wing aircraft. Some of the advantages are: it can take off and land vertically, which allows it to operate from ships, rooftops, and other confined areas. It can fly faster, farther, and higher than helicopters, which increases its operational range and survivability. It can perform various missions, such as assault support, search and rescue, logistics, and special warfare, which increases its versatility and flexibility. It can self-deploy across long distances, which reduces the need for transport aircraft and staging bases. However, the V-22 Osprey also has some disadvantages and challenges. Some of the disadvantages are: it is more expensive and complex than conventional helicopters and fixed-wing aircraft, which increases its acquisition and maintenance costs. It is more vulnerable to engine failures, rotor damage, and bird strikes, which increases its safety risks. It has a large rotor downwash, which creates dust, noise, and vibration, which affects its visibility, stealth, and comfort. It has a limited payload and cabin space, which reduces its cargo and passenger capacity. What are some of the recent incidents involving the V-22 Osprey? The V-22 Osprey has been involved in several accidents and incidents since its inception, some of which have resulted in fatalities and injuries. Some of the recent incidents are: in August 2017, 3 U.S. Marines died when an V-22 Osprey crashed while trying to land on the U.S. Green Bay off the coast of Rockhampton, Australia. The aircraft was carrying 26 personnel and was part of a joint exercise with the Australian military. The cause of the crash was attributed to a mishap during the approach to the ship. In June 2022, 5 U.S. Marines died when an V-22 Osprey crashed during a training mission in California. The aircraft was conducting a landing maneuver when it went down in a remote area. The cause of the crash was under investigation. In June 2022, a V-22B crashed in Hawaii during a training exercise, killing 1 Marine and injuring 3 others. The cause of the crash was under investigation, but the aircraft was reportedly conducting a fast rope insertion when it went down. These incidents have raised questions and concerns about the safety and reliability of the V-22 Osprey, and have prompted investigations and reviews by the U.S. military and international forces. Conclusion: the V-22 Osprey is a unique and innovative aircraft that has revolutionized the military aviation industry. It has proven its capabilities and performance in various missions and scenarios, and has become a valuable asset for the U.S. military and international forces. However, the V-22 Osprey also has its limitations and challenges, and has been involved in several tragedies and controversies. The V-22 Osprey is a complex and controversial aircraft that has both supporters and critics, and has both benefits and drawbacks. What do you think of the V-22 Osprey? Do you think it is a success or a failure? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more content like this. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. I would love to hear your feedback and opinions. See you next time.